Eden Sher.
Brock
Wait,
Ciarlelli.
sorry. Critics' Choice Award winner Eden Sher.
Sorry, Critics' Choice Award never nominee for Brock Ciarlelli.
You know what? That's right. If you had a foreign exchange student staying with you, what is the first place you'd show them in LA that would give them like a very authentic, clear glimpse of what Los Angeles life is like?
Well, funny you should ask, because I did actually, growing up, I did have foreign exchange students.
No, you didn't. Don't lie to me.
Yes, I did.
From where?
One from Germany and one from Spain.
Okay, where'd you take them?
I think the most quintessential LA thing you could do with someone is drive on a freeway. And we did that. We picked them up from the airport and we just got on that freeway. And then there was a very funny miscommunication, or like we couldn't quite understand. The one from Spain, it kept saying, like, I want to see hands. And we were like, she was like, the plants, like they say you have them here. The trees that are hands.
Hands,
and I'm like, okay,
Hands?
yes.
Okay.
She kept being like, hey, she just showed us our hands. She was like, I know, you see where this is going.
I know where it's going. I know where it's going.
I couldn't, and we could not, we were like, your hands. She was like, and then we passed one and she was like, that, right there. Because I thought, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, or not, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but like, I don't know what, maybe we really don't have them here.
Lost in translation.
And,
yeah.
oh my God. When I realized she was talking about a palm tree.
That's funny. I think I like the freeway idea. Honestly, I would go take them. We would get a set of really cute looking Lululemons. Shorts, probably shorter than they should be. And then we'd go hiking Runyon. It's crammed and packed on a Saturday. You pass by 8 celebrities, probably a camera crew for some sort of, reality show. But hiking Runyon sounds like, and then going to brunch. That feels like a very LA experience to me.
Waiting in line for brunch.
Yeah.
Waiting in line and then paying $100 for like half an egg.
A mimosa and a Denver omelet. Yeah. In high school, though, he wasn't our foreign exchange student, but he was from Mexico and he was in our hometown and he went to our school for like a month, named Mateo. And my friends and I invited him. We hung out over at my place. We were in our basement, and guess what? I kissed him. Mateo from Mexico City.
You didn't.
I sure did. He was not that talented of an actor, but cute as hell.
Salacious. I love it. I love you kissed the foreign boy.
I was forever changed.
Oh my God. I remember there was a family, like another family that hosted this French boy. And I was like, I was in high school and I was like,
pitter patter, pitter patter.
Mm-hmm. And then when I was in Berlin as an adult, I did have a little French boyfriend for 9 days.
Ooh.
So you got Mateo. And his name was Matthias.
Okay, that's kismet.
That is kismet. Meant to be. On that note, Brock, what are we recapping today? Could you guess? Could anyone guess?
We're recapping episode 205, Foreign Exchange, with Matthew Moy, who played Takayuki.
So excited. So all that and so much more. So let's get to middling. Welcome to Middling with Eden and Brock, where Brock and I break down an episode of The Middle each and every week.
You better believe it.
Brock.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
You look great today. You said you're fried, but
thank
I
you.
can't tell from the outside.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm trying new makeup. I'm trying a new thing and I don't like it. And I'm trying to be this feminist icon.
You are.
I'm trying.
You and Sue Heck are my two favorite feminist icons. Go ahead.
I'm trying this thing. Well, I'm trying this thing where I actually use all the makeup that I have.
Sure.
Instead of letting it sit there. And I realize, you know what, there's this eyeshadow that I'm like, I haven't used this in a while. I got to use it. And I'm like, oh, this is why I don't use this. I don't like it.
There you go.
Also, I've like separated makeup into these two categories. Fun makeup, like good makeup, and patriarchal makeup.
Okay. And just go through the differences for me real quick, because I'm having a hard time.
Fun makeup is like, what is it? Like Danessa Myricks. Do you know this brand?
I don't.
Fun makeup is like when you've got like iridescent blue, like eyeshadow, or like some crazy glitter. I mean, not glitter.
Your eyeliner that you're privy to?
Yes, my eyeliner,
Okay.
my shimmer, exactly.
Right.
That stuff where it's like, that does not exist in nature. No human has that. No one's trying to be like, look, I woke up like this. Mm-hmm. That makeup, that a fun, bright red lip or something. That's fun makeup.
Right.
Patriarchal makeup is makeup where it has the concept of hiding in it, like the word concealer.
Oh, sure.
Anything where you're anything with the word correct.
Color corrector. I was just about to say, get those dark circles under there. Yeah.
Anything where it's like, hide who you really are. You have to look perfect a certain way. Like, you have to be this. Your skin has to be perfect at all times. And like, society like defining what is perfect, which is no hormonal acne. None of that's like, your skin has to be perfectly textured, no wrinkles, no pimples, no nothing. I don't like this type of makeup.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, when I want to wear makeup and do fun makeup, I'm trying to not use my like foundation, whatever. I'm trying to anything that like mimics my skin. I'm trying to just like, I'm going to keep my pimples out. I'm not going to cover anything up. I'm not going to cover stuff up, which is not what I did today. I was like, not today. I'll do it tomorrow.
You know what? I love this vulnerability from you. Can I tell you one of the most gorgeous times I've seen your eyes was you're talking about that fun eyeliner that has the shimmer to it.
Yes.
I was not late. You were about 15 minutes late to our recording with Neil Flynn. And you said, it's because I can't see out of my eye. And I was like, why? You sent me a photo. You had that pink eyeliner with the shimmer. You fully drew on your iris.
Yes.
And you couldn't get it out.
Okay, for the record, it was on my contact lens, which is why I was able to like, see it.
But your eye had never looked better. There was a shimmer. There was a sparkle.
Which is why fun makeup is fun.
I'm gonna post the picture. If you're on the video feed, there's gonna be a photo posted of her eyeball. It's actually, I went when I saw it.
Yeah, because it was insane. I was like, oh, I have to send him this picture because it doesn't. Why am I'm this late? I can't be like, there's a makeup mishap. I have to show him like there's literal eyeliner on my eyeball.
I'm pretty sure you said I can't see, and then for the 3 seconds where the photo hadn't come through, I was like, what is she talking about? And
what is wrong with this girl?
Able to understand.
Yes. So tell me, that wasn't where I was trying to go with this catch up on our lives. But Brock, tell me everything.
Well, I'm a little fried too. I did my taxes on Tuesday.
Sure.
And baby, I even have a tax guy, but I still do a chunk of the work. I have to do like the business expenses. He does like my business stuff and then the personal stuff. And first, he has a place up in Valencia, his office, and I went there. And he couldn't be nicer, but that kind of stuff just stresses me out because I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I go to a guy where I'm like, I'll pay you the money. You tell me what I need to tell you, and you enter it all, and you make it happen. And so for some reason, after going through, he was like, the balance isn't evening out. And then my brain shut off. I tried to add numbers on my calculator, and he was like, you have an Excel spreadsheet. You could just I'm trying to enter 50 phone numbers in my calculator on my phone to see where the discrepancies are. And he's sitting there so patiently. I needed a Xanax on that drive down because I was stressed to the max. And then it didn't even all balance out by like a couple $100. And he goes, let's just call it even. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I said, they're not going to come after me.
It didn't balance out? Like, did you never figured out what the issue was?
No, and I was taking forever. I was on usbank.com being like, what did I do incorrectly? I was like, what did I claim as a business expense that I accidentally paid for personally? And then it wasn't lining up. And he said, you know what? It's going to be fine. And I said, they're not going to come after you. He goes, not for a couple $100. I said, okay.
Yes. No. It needs to. Yes. That's what I think about it all the time. Where I'm like, oh my god, I bought this jumpsuit. All my stuff for my one woman show.
Yeah.
I bought all that stuff myself, and it was like my wardrobe, and I bought a few jumpsuits.
Right.
And I only ended up wearing one of them, and I wrote them all off, and I was like, oh my god. I mean, they're written off as like a business expense.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just gonna wear this in my real life. Like, what is it? Like, oh my god, yeah. Am I gonna be jailed?
You-
We have two things that are not this podcast that we need to have as a real podcast. We should have a combination Survivor and opinions on U.S. government. People would love that, right?
Did you watch Survivor, speaking of?
Yes, of course I did.
I cried.
I was bawling.
Oh my God.
And I mean, the fact that Jeff Probst actually, and he even said, because I was like, whoa, has this ever happened? And he literally was like, this has never happened before.
So for those who don't watch Survivor, I think it's interesting even, and it's an important conversation even if you don't watch Survivor. So there's this contestant, her name's Eva. She's so fab. I hope she makes it close to the end. I think she's really good. But she's on the spectrum. She has autism, and she didn't tell her story when she was first on the island except to one particular guy. And then they had a tribe swap, and so they ended up separating and they went on different tribes, and she had this really, really, really tough time in this challenge. And as someone who got overstimulated really quickly, once she finally won it for her team, she just went into overdrive in terms of her emotions, and she has a hard time coming down from that and all that sort of stuff. And in Survivor rules, you're not allowed to intermingle when you're on separate tribes. And so you could see, I thought it was also shot impeccably well. Those camera operators know exactly what they're doing, because what they were doing was there would be like, she'd be in the foreground, and in the background of the shot, you would see that guy who is acting on that island like a father figure to her.
Yeah.
And you can see him trying to connect with her, because that's the only person she opened up to, saying, this is what I need. This will inevitably happen. I need you to hug me and then squeeze my hands and look me in the eyes and say these, because that's the only way I'm ever going to come down.
Just to be clear, he's the only person that she told that she has autism.
Correct.
So he was the only one she opened up to.
And so everyone's thinking, okay, this is just, she's having, a reaction of not knowing what actually is going on. And so finally you can see him struggling and fighting it. And Jeff finally says, Joe, do you want to go over there and be with Eva? And he didn't even get the sentence out before he started walking and went through this whole process with her that calmed her down. And it was the most emotional thing. And then she opened up about what it's like to everyone then on the cast, on the show, about her experience and what she needs, and it was phenomenal.
Because maybe also it was like watching Eva have her like episode, like doing the challenge and being really not good at being not good at something. You know what I mean? That really specific, like this really kind of all your emotions take over and you get so frustrated. That sort of like very human emotion of I'm not good at being not good at something.
Correct.
That was like. And then seeing her get so overstimulated as a person who is not on the spectrum, does not have autism, but has struggled with sensory overload.
Correct, yeah.
Always my whole life got very, very overstimulated, that very specific emotion, and I'm bipolar. And so I would have these episodes, these like temper tantrums that what you saw her have, what looked like, a temper tantrum, it was just an episode. Seeing that play out, be like, I had that. I used to have those. I used to have those all the time. Like now I don't have them because I am medicated.
Totally.
But like it was just like, whoa, yes, I know what that feeling is. I know what that, and so even people who don't who have different brains, it was just a very human moment. Oh my God.
Oh, it's amazing. And like that's such a high stress, because sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you've told me, but even sometimes like simple things would set you off, right? Would have an effect on you, right?
Yes. If something touched my ankle in the wrong way, my socks had to be really, really, really specific growing up. Otherwise, I would have episodes. Any sort of touch, any like feeling of like fabric on my skin in a specific zone. I'm actually still pretty weird about my socks, but like when I was like 4, 5, 6, sometimes I just couldn't leave the house in the morning because my sock would crinkle and then it would touch my ankle in the spot that it wasn't supposed to touch, and then it was over.
Yeah.
It was all
but
over.
Then also too, like as I'm sure a mother and a parent and a sibling, you're like, what is going on? Because I think, especially back then, however many years ago, 30 years ago, you're not thinking, it's a mental illness. There's some sort of something going on. They just think like, oh my God, my child's having a moment.
Calm down. Exactly. Luckily, my mom was really good. My mom was a teacher, so like
was tapped into that. Yeah,
she like knew child development. She knew, and she just saw like, oh, this child is maybe a little like she knew neurodivergent before the rest of the world got on that train. So she wasn't like, ugh, what's wrong with you? She was, but it was annoying not being able to leave the house.
Right.
She was like, I have to get to school too.
I have
like,
things to do. I have work to
there
do
is some
too.
degree of like, get your socks on. Just we have to leave. But
Well, I recommend if anyone, Eden and I, as you know, talk ad nauseum about Survivor, but even if you guys go look up the 5-6 minute clip that I'm sure is online, it's worth it. It's a pretty powerful moment, whether or not you like Survivor.
yeah.
All right, honey, should we do some middle minutes?
I think we should do some middle minutes. All right, middle minutes. Here we go. Today, we are on episode 205, Foreign Exchange. Here is the summary. Frustrated with being forced to bribe the kids to get along, Frankie convinces the family to host a foreign exchange student to improve the situation. However, the student shows no interest in anything either.
Written by Jana and Mitch Hunter, as I'm sure you all are well aware, funny people, and directed by Paul Lazarus.
I don't remember if that was the only one he did, but he was great. We got a stellar guest cast. We've got Matt Moy as Takayuki, who is our guest today. We've got Jen Ray as Nancy Donahue. We have Dirk Torsick as Reverend Haver, back for his whatever number episode. Steven Kruger as Esteban, who we will talk about in 1 second. Laura Ann Kessling as Dottie Donahue. It is her second episode. And Toshi Toda as Takayuki's dad.
Yes.
That's right, he had a line.
We have, this aired on Wednesday, October 20th, 2010 at, of course, our usual time slot, 8/7 Central with 8.54 million viewers. So that's a huge jump. We jumped up by 500,000 from last week.
Amazing. Look at us. And this was a good episode. And I just want to say, on the guest cast, crazy. That was crazy seeing, what is his name? I already looked, Steven Kruger. If you watch Yellow Jackets.
Oh, yes.
Fully in Yellow Jackets. I was like, oh, Nick and I were like, what? Look at him. He's young.
And if
He's
you're
so
you're
young.
like, wait,
He's so
which one
cute.
is he on Yellow Jackets? He's the cutie McCute one. That one.
Yeah. He's the boy.
Yeah.
He's the man in a group of teenage girls.
Yeah.
All right, we got the top movie of the week. That is, of course,
Say
Jackass
it.
3D.
Of course.
You remember Jackass 3D.
Of course.
And then we got the top song of the week. Once again, Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars.
Eden, you know who's in our waiting room right now that we got to get to?
Ooh-hoo.
It's our guest. Let's get to him.
Matthew Moy.
Eden Sher. We have a very, very, very talented and very funny human on the podcast today. Born in San Francisco, California, our guest has a degree in Japanese and minor in linguistics from UC Davis and has been making us laugh for years. You know him from his incredible run as a series regular on all 6 seasons of Two Broke Girls, his illustrious voice acting career, including Steven Universe, No Strings Attached with, Oscar winner Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher, Scrubs, Americanado on NBC, and I think your best credit to date, one glorious episode of ABC's The Middle as Takayuki. According to his Wikipedia page, and I quote, when not acting, he enjoys drawing, painting, cooking, writing, and traveling. Matt, can you confirm that?
Oh, man, wow. Ashton Kutcher won an Oscar?
He sure did, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what are you about to say?
But we've got someone who enjoys all of those things, Matt Moy. Welcome.
Yay!
Hello, everyone. Eden, I don't think I've seen you for like 10 years. I think we saw each other at Coachella the last time with super dusty faces going, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Are you sure? Wait, I feel like we saw each other at Comic-Con a few times also.
Oh, my God, we keep running into each other. We've seen each other at Coachella, at Comic-Con, at Natalie Lander's parties, at the Craigslist monologues.
Craigslist
I
monologues,
remember
that's
when you had a
right.
cast.
Oh my God, yeah. Did I have a cast during the Craigslist monologues?
You had a cast, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I limped,
Yeah,
and you
okay,
were like,
that's-
look, I'm limping too. We're both limpy.
Yeah. Why were you limping?
Oh, well, I had a stroke about 12 years ago. No big deal. My brain bled, had
Oh my
to relax,
God.
take a chill pill. When you're the star of a TV show, I guess your body stresses out. So I don't know. It happened to Amelia
Yeah.
Clark in season 1 of Game of Thrones too. It's a weird thing. I'm fine. Brain just had to chill out.
Well, you.
Whoa.
What happened? So what did you? Do you want to talk about it? Can I ask you about it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I've had this for like 12, 13 years. Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't want to, get like teary-eyed over it, but
No.
No, I'm gonna make you cry.
back when I couldn't move, I just thought about how I ran
Well,
into
how
Eden
did-
every few years.
How did you know you had a stroke though? I don't know what
funny.
that question is.
It's funny. Back when we had the Twitter, I tweeted. I was like, "What's going on? What happens when you make a fist and you can't make the fist or right?" And then my buddy Nick Zano tweeted me back because he was joking and he felt terrible about this later. He was like, "You're probably having a stroke," and I thought, let me call the hospital. And I went to urgent care, and yeah, they're like, "Dude, your brain's bleeding, but good news, it stopped." Yeah.
Oh my God.
and you're okay now? Like you're fine?
Yeah, and 10%, it's called a hemorrhagic stroke, and it's a bleeding of the brain. 10% of those survivors do not live. I was talking to my nurse friend earlier this year. She's like, "You're amazing. You're so lucky to be alive." Blessed.
Whoa.
When in the run of
Yeah.
Two Broke Girls did this happen?
So it happened season 2, like maybe the 5th episode. I remember it was a famous episode. It's where the diner gets held up by a robber. And he's like, "Give me all your money." And then I look into my mani pec, and I pull out a gun and say, "Not in my house, homeboy." And I remember that specifically because I think that was... We were rehearsing, and Fred Savage was directing, and I know Fred from other pilots. And I'm holding the gun. This is my actor gun,
Right.
but I'm like swaying. And he goes, Moy, stop swaying." And I'm like, "What? I was swaying?" And then I was like, "Oh, my body's like not aware of what it's doing."
Whoa.
So did it
Matt.
affect work in other ways? Were you able to just go back to work immediately after having a stroke?
God bless. Thank God Two Broke Girls never fired me. My parents always remember this. They were like, "We are so
would've
thankful for
fired
that
you."
man, Michael Patrick King. He never fired you." And, I was like, I can't move. I couldn't. My whole right side was affected. And,
Wow.
I still can't smile on my right. But the whole thing was affected. It was a slow burn. Over, the course of 3 weeks, I lost 90% of my body. I can't believe I've never told you this, Eden. I think I've just lied to everyone. Said, "Yeah, it was a basketball injury. Yeah, I hurt my knee forever. It's fine."
You got some bad Botox in your face or something,
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a thing. The body's just taking a rest. But we never stopped, and one day, our producer, Tim Kaiser, our PA, was like, "Matt, Tim's got to talk to you in your room." And I was like, "This is it. I'm going to be let go." I can't remember lines. I'm, kind of dyslexic now. And I can't move half my body. I can't walk right. And I was like, when our producer came, and I was like, "Tim, I get it. Gotta let me go." Before he even said anything, I was like, "I get it. I'm gone. It's fine. I understand." He was like, "Matt, we just want to make sure you're okay and see if you need anything." Oh, God bless that show.
Did that?
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Must have put the huge weight off your shoulders from that conversation, because you have this anxiety, right? And you're trying to cover and perform as best as you can, and
Well,
you're not doing your best.
It's also a weird thing. I'm a super practical, not scientific. I'm not that smart, but I'm kind of a practical person. And I thought I would have, that would have been a heavy weight off my shoulders too, or the whole thing would have made me anxious. But it's weird. I realized 3 seasons later, because I had lost the feeling on my right side, I lost the feeling on the right side of my intestines. So I never got butterflies for a couple of seasons. I started getting butterflies season 4, and I was like, "This is weird. I'm 4 seasons in. Why am I getting butterflies?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm getting feeling back in my body."
Was with the exception of being able to not smile all the way, would you say your recovery is 100%? Are you back to the way things were pre-stroke?
Yes and no. I'm way stronger than I ever was before my stroke and way in better shape. But at gaining all my faculties back, like, I still can't, like, I can, like, do this, but, like, it's... So when I type, I, like, fake type and make sure this hand's in front, you know? Or,
Sure.
we cheat things, you know? I just limp a little, but my friend, he's really funny. He's like, Matt, you're over 40 now. We all limp a little. And I was like, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
We're all a
I
little
gave birth
limp.
to kids. When I think about losing faculties, like losing my body, I'm like, yeah, after you give birth, after you like have a child come out or a baby come out of your vagina and then get one like cut out of you, you kind of just, you can't do it. Like, I can't hold my pee anymore.
Sure.
I can't do that. I limp, my knees are shot. I don't even know why I don't even know if I can blame that on childbirth, but like, yeah, I absolutely limp as well. Constantly.
Eden, I can't wait till you turn 40. Then it gets worse.
Okay, Matt, you know what? We didn't get you to cry, so we're moving on from
We're
this.
moving on.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry, okay.
but since we're on the topic of Two Broke Girls, I do think it's interesting. You did the middle, and then literally the next year, it must have been, you filmed this probably in the fall of 2010, and then I'm guessing you shot the pilot of Two Broke Girls in the spring of 2011, right?
Yeah, it's all a blur. I was doing back to back. Like, I had gotten my agent like a year before, and then back to back, I like booked Scrubs, Criminal Minds, The Middle, How I Met Your Mother, and then I do this pilot for Two Broke Girls, and then we just kept going. My agent was like, "Wow, I didn't expect this, but this is great."
You were like, thanks.
You're like, thanks.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? We talked a little bit with Eden about what it's like to have like a first series regular, and then the middle was your second, I believe you said, right? So what does that feel like when you get this agent and then you just book work all the time and then you get Two Broke Girls? Was that something where you're like, oh, I guess this is how it is? Or did you understand in that moment how rare that experience is?
Oh, yeah, I definitely have so much gratitude for every role I've gotten, and I knew it was rare what I was getting booking things back to back, but I'm also like this is not a bragging thing, but I'm a very hard worker. Like, I remember
Sure.
before Two Broke Girls, before all this stuff, we're backing it way up, but I originally moved to LA not to be an on-camera actor. Did you know that? I moved
No.
As
here.
a voice actor, right?
I moved here for voiceover. That's what I studied. So, way back in college, I majored in Japanese. Then I was going to teach English in Japan. Then I realized I don't like teaching children. I don't prefer them. Everybody has a preference. And I was like,
I'm with
I
you.
called my mom. I was like, Mom, what am I going to do? I got a year left. She was like, well, just get your bachelor's degree and finish it up. So I took a lot of bowling. And then I decided to study. I got great at it. Decided to study voice acting for a couple of years. And then I moved to LA for voice acting. And then I didn't book anything for like 8 months. And then I thought, back then we didn't have OnlyFans. So I was like, I gotta figure out something else. What am I gonna do? No club's gonna want me. I'm just kidding. So
you were like,
I
let
was
me
like,
just be a sitcom star.
No. Well, I really counted on this like face. It's like kind of cherubic, kind of adorable. So the very first role I booked was on this show called Mind of Mencia. And I love it because they cut me from it. I was devastated, but I milked that first credit forever.
Good for you.
Good. We're milking everything in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And that first role, we were doing an eHarmony spoof, and I was paired with a really tall, large lady, just all around large. And I had this line, because we were pretending to be couples. I said, I'm not a dwarf. I just have that Gary Coleman disease. And it was terrible. It was terrible. But all I did at the end was go like that. And I just smiled.
Of course.
But I didn't know, because I hadn't really done any... I've never taken an acting class before. Then I was like, oh, I got to take acting classes. That they keep rolling after you're done with your line. And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to do more? And because I didn't do anything, well, the girl, she tried to like remedy it, and she tried to make out with me, and she's this like large, looming woman, sticking her tongue down. And I go, oh God, I go, what's happening to cut me?
Wait, that's so funny though. I'm surprised they didn't. That's a fun button. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't believe you were like, I'm going to be a live action actor as a backup career.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'll get enough work on camera where people will recognize me and then cast me in cartoons. And it still works that way today, you know?
Wow. So, okay, you studied voice acting, and that makes sense if you like it seems to lend itself perfectly to linguistics in general and language. Do you speak any other languages other than Japanese and English, or
So I don't speak anything anymore besides English.
Okay.
My Japanese is very rusty. My Japanese was rusty when I entered the show. Now it's been over 10 years. I watched it back.
I totally feel that.
He's kind of like grandpa Japanese guy. What was I doing? I was like, I can fix a car. I can help you. And then, I don't know what I was doing.
I mean, we all have those. I absolutely like when I look back on the things that the way that I played stuff, and I'm like, what was that delivery?
Some choices of ours are crazy, Matt. You look at these early seasons and we're like, huh? Why'd we do that? Why'd they allow us to do that?
Why do they allow us to do that?
Wait, I gotta say though, the set I've had the hardest time trying to keep a straight face was the middle, because I had to be this blasé dud of a kid, and Eden and Charlie kept cracking me up in their scenes.
Doesn't
and I was
surprise
like,
me.
what am I gonna do?
I mean, it's so funny, Matt, because rewatching this episode, I was like, oh wow, you really do speak so minimally, because my memory of it is that you were the I don't want to say, what is it? Not talk of the town. You were the star. And you really were the star of this episode. Because you're so fun to watch. Even just your faces. You're so expressive in your little, little minutia in the way you know? But
that's all I got, Eden. That's all I have.
But you milked it. Every single moment you did registered, and it just blew it out of the water, because the Hex are all acting crazy, and so it's so juxtaposed with you in the perfect way. You did it wonderfully.
I couldn't believe that we had so much fun with you that week. I remember you I feel like we were at full summer camp.
What I love is that picture we all took at the airport. We all took a picture of that scene when Takayuki arrives. And I love it. I always tell people, I'm like, this is like my second family, because it's the whole family there, and then Takayuki. It's a great photo.
It's so funny because we always talked about, we were like, well, Takayuki's like gonna come back, right? We were like, how does he come back? How does this happen? But for years we were like, why don't we bring back Matt? Why don't we bring back Matt Moy? Can we just somehow, can you just figure it out, writers? Can you just figure it out?
Just let him have his California accent. He just comes back and speaks perfect English.
Yes.
That's funny.
I think so.
Okay, so should we break down the episode? Okay, so Matt, before we go beat by beat, holistically, what did you think, looking back 15 years later, just seeing it, first impressions?
I was like, man, I don't remember Patricia Heaton saying that I was a dud. It's like the whole time, I'm like, why am I acting so stupid? And then it's so funny, because then she goes, we're the duds. And then all of a sudden, I had these weird flashbacks to when I went to Japan in high school. And this was like therapy for me. I remembered my host family, the daughter who was around my age. She cried to me one day and said, I'm so sorry for acting mean and cold to you and stuff. It's just been really hard. And then I realized she had cried and stressed herself out because I wasn't talking to her, because I was Takayuki in Japan, because I couldn't speak Japanese.
You're kidding.
And I never remembered this when I went on the middle. This was like a recent thing.
What? Wait, you didn't remember when you were on the middle? Because, I was like, I've never heard this before. You didn't remember when you did the middle, that you had gone to Japan and had this,
same experience?
Well, what really didn't stick to me was the fact that the whole Heck family was trying to, communicate with this kid. And
Right.
I guess that's what the family in Japan was trying to do, especially this girl. Like, well, because maybe not your character, Sue, but maybe no, Patricia Heaton's character. She's like trying to impress Takayuki, but won't say it. So I didn't
Right.
know what was going on when I was in Japan. I was just like, oh, sushi, okay, great, I love this, but I wasn't saying anything. I was just like,
But meanwhile,
great.
they're fully like, so sushi, right? Pretty good, huh?
yeah, exactly. Tell us more.
It's funny because famously, like, you had this experience, but this episode was based on Patricia Heaton's real life. And I texted her yesterday and I
Oh,
was
it
like, we're
happened to
recording this episode
Patty.
tomorrow.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, we're recording this episode tomorrow. I'm just making sure that this is right. I have this right? And she responded, and I'll quote two-time Emmy Award winner Patricia Heaton right now. She said, yes, Japanese student exchange. We got a lovely kid who seemed completely shell-shocked by our family and our home and our lives. It was one of the most awkward weeks of our lives. So this episode is based off of Patty Heaton, but what viewers don't know, and what Eden and I didn't know, it's also based on Matt Moy's experience when he went to Japan.
I had no idea. I was a dud, had no idea. I thought I was great. But it's
Oh my God.
funny. Japanese people, they all speak English. In a lot of schools in Asia, they teach English as a second language, like it's mandatory. But they're too embarrassed to speak it. So it's funny. Sometimes, like, when people say, they don't speak and understand, they do. They're just, they just won't say it.
I completely agree. I went to Japan and it was like people would absolutely be like, I don't speak any English. And then I'm constantly like, I have to learn every single language that's ever been on the planet, even the extinct ones. I have to know all of them. And so like when I go to a new country, when it's a language like Japanese, where I was like, oh, I can't read it. It's a whole new alphabet. It's a totally different structure. It's not like Western in any way. I need to like, I'm just going to like write down phrases. I'm going to like try to do just like little phrases here and there. And so I was like, okay, then I'm going to there was this guy on the subway that I was like, I need to know how to get off. And I was like,
oh yeah, that subway's confusing, yeah.
It was a little confusing, and so I said, excuse me, and what is it? It was like, I just see if I can still remember the sentence. I think it's like, "Kore wa nan desu ka?" No, is that like, what is that?
What is this? Yeah, what is this?
What is this?
Or what is that?
So
yeah.
I think right. Okay, so I just said that one sentence, and he like looked at me like I was. First I was like, oh my God, I messed up something. I'm crazy. He's going to think I'm crazy. He's going to push me off the subway right now. And he was so, I don't know if impressed with my stupid little like one sentence, whatever. But I was like, well, he's probably not going to speak English. He spoke perfect English to me. He guided me and my husband off of the subway. He guided us to to where we needed to transfer. I was like, don't you need to go to work? Weren't you? He was.
No, they're so
I was
polite.
like, I think so polite. I think
Wow.
that the trick is just like, you think you don't speak English. I'm going to try to be as respectful as possible to say the few words in Japanese. Have you be like, oh, you don't speak Japanese at all. But at least the like gesture makes this like, of trying. Then that like opens the door to everything.
Totally.
I gotta say also, because you're a beautiful woman, Eden, and you're Caucasian, whenever there's a white person in Japan, they're just like, they want to touch you. They're like, oh, you're so beautiful. Look at your skin. Of course I'll help.
It's funny because it's only this way because of all my illegal in the States, Japanese and Korean skincare products.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it, shall we, you two?
Yes, let's do the episode.
We start out. It's an argument-filled Sunday morning at the Heck House. Sue and Axel fight over who has dishwasher duty, and Mike and Frankie bicker over whose turn it is to get the car fixed. And at church, Reverend Haver says they're still looking for families to host foreign exchange students. After a talk from Nancy and seeing Sue and Axel's consistent arguing, Frankie decides they're doing it.
Yup.
So I completely forgot that was a scene when I saw it back, and I was like, I thought I began this episode. I thought I was the star of this episode. And I was like, oh, I'm not in it till 5 minutes in. Just wait, Matt.
Was 6 years as a series regular not enough for you, Matt, unfortunately?
What can I say?
I mean, it did feel like filming. It was like we were filming 2 separate episodes. It was like, because I think we just filmed everything that you weren't in on one day. And so I don't know if it was the Monday or the Friday, but it was just one day where it felt like we filmed a pre-episode and then we filmed the real episode, which was you.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, it felt like this pre-episode that I was watching, and I was like, boy, I didn't remember that.
You're like, when does Takayuki show up at a church? Why were we at an airport? Now, the real episode begins. The Hex greet Takayuki at the airport, donned with flags and signs. Frankie is anxious to show him what America is all about. And the first thing on the list, of course, a fast food dinner in front of the TV at home. After a number of failed conversation starters during dinner, Sue and Axel continue to fight, and Frankie, wanting to be the best ambassadors possible for Takayuki, bribes Axel with $10 to be nice to Sue during Takayuki's stay. Matt.
Ooh. Yeah.
I can't, again, that I had a lot of problems, not problems with, but the airport scene, I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know in what world we would be at the gate.
Right.
We could not be at the gate.
How did you get in? I
don't know.
Because they changed that.
You have to have a boarding
way
ticket.
Before. Yeah.
Yes. That is, I was like, oh, this is so confusing. But then I was like, okay, I just remembered this scene taking forever to film. Do you remember what? Like, I don't know what my question is here. I just remember like, oh, this scene was so simple. What was taking? Was it me?
Your one line.
My one line.
Well, that's all I remember, like, Eden. That's all I remember is me trying not to laugh at you, at Sue, not at you, at Sue, in the whole scene. Mm-hmm. And it was a funny scene. It was a great scene.
You probably noticed my sweatshirt. I'm on cross country. I'm what you call a jock.
Itch.
Don't start.
Brock, you have the shooting script. Was there anything they cut from it?
No, there were literally 3 lines when you're in the car about Brick bitching about being in the back seat. That's the only thing that was cut from the episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was either that or the burger scene, I feel like. It was that scene or the burger scene was my first scene. But I don't remember. I remember for the burger scene, though, it's funny. That whole thing he does when he unwraps the burger, I never did that in my audition.
Takayuki, you can eat what's in that bag. That's yours.
No, thank you. This is like the one time I've gotten to steal from another actor. It was either the director or somebody was like, hey, Matt, we had this one actor in the audition. We didn't choose him. But we had this one actor who took a really long time opening up the burger, and we want you to do that. I was like, wow, I've never gotten to steal from another actor. This is what it feels like. Oh. I felt terrible, but sorry, I got paid.
But it was funny. Wait, so what was your audition like, Matt? Because you barely speak. Was it just a lot of casting, reading the Hex lines, and you reacting?
I don't remember. I remember it was a lot of me going, yes, yes, no, right. yes, no. And I read with G, and it was great, and it was funny, and it was fun. And I remember, God, I was such a stupid actor. I was like, in the callback, I'm number 1. I feel like this is a pretty good sign. Like the they have like the list of people who have auditioned. G had me in first, and I was like, right. Oh, I think this is a good sign. This is a good sign, right? Good sign. It hasn't always been that way.
That's the problem. When you come out the gate, I totally understand that too. When you come out the gate, like it's almost like a trick. Like, I feel like my confidence has gotten lower as I've aged. I just was like, I had this like absolutely illogical, no fear of rejection growing up, like in this one specific arena, because I was just like, no, this is just, I just couldn't, I was blinded. I couldn't see rejection in any way. And I think that's why I worked. And then as I got older, I was like, well, this isn't normal. And then I was like, oh no, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. And I don't even know where I was going with that.
We're jaded now. Everything's changed.
Yeah. God,
in that particular instance, Matt, you were first because you were the best.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? G always and forever chooses great talent. He knows what is funny. And
he's got a great eye.
It was proven. You'd worked a ton, obviously, like you said, and then literally 4 months later, you booked the role of a lifetime. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Matt, let's see if you still got the skills, because you're up. I hope you're off book. Do we not have the
I don't
PDF?
remember the beats.
Do you need us to read your lines? You're okay.
Oh, totally fine. You don't have it. We can.
The
we'll
beat
do
thing.
them.
Oh wait. Takayuki starts to fix things. There's a toaster, and then it says a lawnmower.
That's your last one. That's your last one.
I remember
That's the last one.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I'll take it. Oh, Brock, you do this one. You do this one.
I only
Matt,
have enough
you
brain
are
space
fine.
to stay present with you. Present.
You know what?
That's all you
That's
need.
where I sacrifice
You
the
have,
world.
This is where you get to say, Matt, you will have this forever. You'd be like, how could you expect me to do this? I had a stroke. How dare you?
Wait. So I used that excuse for years to get out of parties, and I still sometimes use that excuse. So people are like, hey, Matt, you want to hang out Friday? You know, we're going to be out till midnight. I'm like, I had a stroke. I don't know, guys. I got to go to bed early. I still use it. I just don't like to hang out with people.
You're snuggled in at 8:30 p.m. being like, this is right. This feels good.
I had a stroke, and this feels right.
Okay, so
totally
over the course of the next 5 days, Frankie makes Takayuki an assortment of toaster breakfasts. She's really trying with him. However, we just got a memory. Keep a pin in that. However, the other Hex are convinced he's a dud. He doesn't play wingman for Axel. He doesn't sing Elton John classics with Sue, and it's a no-go on the fishing with Mike. But Frankie won't take the negative attitude from the rest of the family. They're ambassadors. Matt, go. I saw that idea pop in your head.
I mean, even though I just watched this episode back, I forgot all of it. Now I'm remembering. I forgot I had that high school scene with Charlie. With Axel.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the French toast dippers. I didn't even know those existed. As Matthew Moy,
really
I didn't know those
delicious.
existed.
Do you remember anything from the filming of those? Did you film all those breakfast pops in one? You probably filmed them in one day, right?
It's the same camera setup. It has to be. Probably block shot it.
Probably, yeah. That was probably all the same day, yeah. And they just kept doing wardrobe changes with me. I didn't remember I wore that much orange on the show. I looked like a neon pumpkin. But I guess it was all the same day. Yeah. And then remember that phone, the slide out text phone? We didn't even have iPhones were barely a thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
I know. We still had flip phones.
This is how
the Heck
long
family
ago it was. But you know what bonded me with you guys is I had that same phone in real life. I didn't have an iPhone because I was too cheap for it.
No, none of us did. In 2010, everyone was still either, I'm trying to think. I feel like people who were high tech, they either had a Sidekick or a BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Matt, I have a question. When you as an actor, as a real thespian, when you had all those scenes on your Sidekick, what did you think? What were you texting? Like, who were you texting? What were you doing?
I was definitely not thinking a single thought. I was just texting that phone with my thumbs.
There you go.
Same, literally same. Every time someone's like, what drew you to this role? I'm like, I don't know. They said, do you want it?
Takayuki was a dud, and that's all that was like in and out. Everything was no acting.
Wait, I have a question, Matt. Did you film, that has to be, it looked too real, the lake with Mike, when you guys are fishing.
I was thinking about that.
Did you actually go to a lake?
I cannot remember. I think we did, but I feel like it was on the lot. But I was like, there's no lake on the lot. I remember them putting a walkie-talkie in the boat, and they're like, let us know if you need anything. And they just kind of pushed me and Neil out to the lake. And did we have a paddle? Did we have any oars? How did they get us back? Was there like a rope under the boat? All I remember was me and Neil feeling stranded out there, and we're like, we don't know what they're saying, but okay. We're just going to stare out into space because that's what we're going to do.
Frankie, I think we got a dud.
I can guarantee you I know where that was because we shot on the side of the road. That was Woodley. Right where I grew up, like in Van Nuys sort of area. That was Woodley and probably like Victory.
Oh,
and
so that wasn't
like
on the lot.
No. So half a mile down the road was Lake Balboa. And it was, I guarantee it was
right.
there.
They carted us over there in a van. That's right. Yeah. And then they put us in a boat and then just shipped us out to the middle of the lake.
All that effort for literally 3 seconds. Eden and I had a similar experience. There's some crazy episode where we sit on a cow for like trying to get this perfect photo. It was like this huge cow that they have.
Are you on a real cow?
No, it's this huge, like, I don't know, 10-foot polyurethane plastic cow. And so Brad and Sue thought it was so fun to, like, try and get a photo up there for the yearbook. And it was too much because we had to be, like, harnessed in and all this stuff. And they kind of, similarly, they just said, we're going to keep you here and let us know if you need anything. And we shot the entire afternoon. We were up there on that cow. So I understand being stranded with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, the things they do to actors, man.
Were you sore after that?
Yes, I couldn't move.
That was fine.
You know, that happened on an episode of Two Broke Girls once, behind the scenes. We had this, like, zombie episode. I don't know what happened. The girls were doing this, like, zombie scene. Fake. They were, like, on a movie set or something. But there were extras who were zombies, and they were, like, in harnesses. And one of the extras, because of, you know, the way production is, they just kept taking forever. She passed out. Because she was, like, in an actual harness, like, from the ceiling. I mean, she's fine. She's fine.
No, she's fine.
What's really amazing is I had met this girl before at Stagecoach, like a year before.
You're just meeting everyone at music festivals.
Yeah, why are you just spending all your time in India?
I ask myself the same question.
All right, we're going to move on. We're moving on with the episode. I'm going to read your block, Brooke.
Okay, great.
All right. So, moving on. When Frankie sees firsthand how much the Donahues are enjoying their time with Esteban from Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And how active Esteban is, Frankie rounds up the Hex for a family meeting to tell them she agrees. Takayuki's a dud. But after another conversation with Nancy, she sees it's the Hex who are actually the duds. They haven't done anything fun with Takayuki except watch The Bachelor.
I wish we had seen that. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
You know what Patty is? Eden and I always talk, Matt, about like Patty being very, very good. It happened in Raymond. They do it all the time in the middle. Just they give her these gigantic speeches at the end of the episode, and she is so expert at navigating those things. You know what she's also really good at that I picked up on, especially in this episode? She's very funny when she's covering. So whenever and Nancy's the perfect foil for something like that. Whenever she's trying to cover and make it seem like things are better than they actually are, I think she's phenomenal in those kinds of moments.
Oh, yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
And then we started taking him places and he opened right up. I mean, they didn't fly halfway around the world just to sit in front of a TV, right?
No, they did not.
Speaking of stealing from actors, I absolutely have adopted, I'll say that, adopted, not stolen, her fake laugh. Her laugh when she's covering. I do that sometimes in auditions, or if I have to do, there's like a really specific
wait, what's the laugh? You can't
like
say that and not do it.
Like, it's like this. I'm trying to think of it'd be like, if you're like, well, you don't do that. It'd be like, oh no, we do that. We do that. We do that all the time. We do it. We can't stop doing that. That was a terrible
You know,
impression.
it's almost like you're gonna pee in your pants, and then you have to like get over that hump.
Yeah, but then I do anyway because I don't practice. I don't do my Kegels.
We're in the final act of the show. Frankie decides to take Takayuki to Brown County, a real Americana experience. On the car ride there, the car breaks down. And guess what? So do the Hex. The Hex are in rare form as their arguing hits a crescendo, and Frankie accepts that Takayuki is seeing a real American family with the fighting and the bribing and the too much TV. And that's when Takayuki says he's able to fix the car.
I can fix car. I can fix car. You know what I thought was really questionable in that scene was when Axel starts taking pictures of Sue going to the bathroom. I mean, taking a dump behind the bushes. And I was like, a little creepy.
I had the same. I was like, okay, I guess they sort of fixed it. They did the like, don't worry, it's only her head.
But the fact that he was doing it in the first place
creepy.
is...
That's White Lotus. Precursor.
Oh, you got him.
Well, what's really funny is I've never seen White Lotus, and now I know it's about incest, and that just makes it funny.
Oh my god!
Oh, baby.
You should. I mean, honestly, I don't even think it's a spoiler because like they shadow it or they foreshadow it from like day dot. Like first episode, they're like, oh, something weird is happening with these people.
Yeah,
You should absolutely watch this season. It's pretty good. But that's not this podcast.
Did you guys film that? Is this Eden the same road where you film everything that's outside?
Everything.
Okay, so this is the one that's in what, Encino?
It's
Van
like
Nuys?
Encino Van Nuys. It's like Lake Balboa is the like neighborhood part. But yeah, I guess they're allowed to close off Woodley. Because I'm like, wow, how do they? There are no cars. I think everything shoots there. A lot of The Office shot there because also their little office space was in Van Nuys, kind of close to there. And I think they just let Hollywood sort of do their thing. And so everyone's like, go to this one strip of Woodley between like Burbank and Victory. They will let you close it off for half a day.
Sounds like guerrilla style. Like, let's just have them go film it. It'll be fine.
It's like the bougiest guerrilla style, though.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, we can do whatever we want. Can I just say something also? I don't know did you observe this? Did you notice? Because I remember it, and you can see it on like Atticus's face, the like sweat. It was so hot. It was so hot that
they
day.
had
Do
me
you
in a
remember this, Matt?
jacket too.
Yes, they did.
I don't know because my face the entire episode is just. So I don't know
Looks
if
like
I
you've
was
been hot the
actually
entire episode.
miserable. I don't remember if I was hot the entire time.
I feel like I don't think you were because I remember you being this like shining, but just like ball of light, this cherubic ball of
Oh
light.
my goodness! Oh my goodness!
But
so
it
angelic.
was ungodly hot. It was really, and if you rewatch the scene, you'll see like Atticus is sweating, flushed, and
do
so
you have to wear
so
a
am I.
sweatshirt?
That what is it? Godforsaken yellow sweatshirt. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
rest
your
in
costume,
power
the
yellow
Sue
sweatshirt.
costume, yeah.
Okay, Eden, will you take us home?
Yes, hold on a second.
Wait, I can do this part. So Takayuki fixes a toaster. The end.
Great.
I like how you wrote in the beat that he also fixes a lawnmower and something else. I don't remember doing that.
It was just a voiceover. Because as you're fixing the toaster, then Patty's voiceover, which is kind of our like thing. So she's like, not only did he fix the toaster, he put batteries in the smoke detector, fixed our lawnmower, and all sorts of things as you're finagling with the toaster.
I like that you're doing this motion because that's literally all I did. Because I asked the director, I was like, "What do you want me to do?" And he's just like, "Just do this." And
No one's gonna know.
I think I'm putting the screwdriver like in the part where you can get electrocuted because I'm just a dud. And I was like,
I wish there were like, I was like half expecting the tag to also be like all of their stuff just immediately breaking down. Like you didn't actually
funny.
fix anything.
But the tag was funny. You, with your family and adopting the qualities of the Hex.
어이, 찐도 좀 하게? うるせえな、分かってるよ。ぐちょぐちょ言ってんじゃねえよ。言ってんじゃねえよ。
I felt so redeemed as a Japanese major when I got to do that scene. Because I thought, yes, my college education is finally paying my parents back.
Well, I mean, from my completely untrained ear, I was like, oh my God, wow, he speaks perfect Japanese. Did you have to speak, because your family is not Japanese.
No, we're Chinese. By the way, America,
Yeah.
I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's funny, and the lines I think that they wrote for us, because remember, this is like 2010, when, you know, you didn't have any AI translators or as much Google Translate as we do now. They had literally like, well, I think they Googled it, but like Google Translate was like much less back then. So they had like this weird formal version of Takayuki speaking Japanese, and I just remember working it out with the guy who played my dad. I was like, I don't think people say this, do you? He's like, no, people don't say it that way. So they just gave me a line, and I was like, this is a line. They're like, okay, do it that way, Matt.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would just defer to you. They wouldn't make you do like some weird old Google Translate.
One of the rare times where the writers were like, you know what? You don't have to be exactly word perfect like we usually write it.
Word perfect.
Don't be even word good. Don't be even word good. Do whatever you want. But did you have to speak Japanese in the audition? Did they had to have made sure that you could actually speak Japanese, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember, but I don't think so. I think they were just convinced when they heard that mediocre accent. I would also like to say how much fun I had with Neil on that episode.
Was it nice talking? Did you get to talk about Scrubs at all?
Oh, no, I forgot about that. Maybe I brought it up in the beginning. I was like, hey, you were on Scrubs. So was I. But I was mostly interested in just Neil would talk about his career. And he would be like, yeah, I was in The Rookie. And I was in, not The Rookie, Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, that's my introduction of him too.
Well, I was like, but then I go, you were in Rookie of the Year? And then he goes, yeah, I was in The Fugitive too. And I was like, you were in The Fugitive? And I didn't remember all these fantastic movies that he was in. And I have poor Neil Flynn trying to convince me that he was in these movies that he was in. And I was like, oh yeah, you were First Base. Now I remember.
Wait. Hold on. Neil Flynn, who famously absolutely does not like talking about himself. He was just listing his resume. How did this come up?
No. I don't remember. He wasn't listing. I was probably inquiring with my curious nature. Oh, so how long have you been an actor? How this thing start up? Tell me about yourself, Neil. Tell me from the beginning.
His IMDb pulled up at the ready.
I gotta say, I'm actually surprised by this. Actually, maybe not, because you just have that kind of face that you just want to tell everything to.
I also think it was my disbelief that he was in any movies that I recognized. And he was like, just so desperately trying. He was like, no, Matt, I was in these, like, how you really are a dud. You've never...
I can't believe that he must have been very amused by that.
Eden, what time of the show is it now?
Oh, it is time for the blue bag grab.
Oh, what is this?
Eden,
all right,
what am I grabbing?
Sorry, you're not going to grab anything. All you have to do is sit there, be your angelic self, and answer a few questions. Doesn't matter if you get them right or wrong. Brock is going to grab them, or we're going to metaphorically grab them out of the blue bag, which was infamous on the middle. It was a running joke. We were always forgetting the blue bag. So we have this segment that we like to call the blue bag grab. We ask you trivia, and most people think they're going to get them wrong, and then they absolutely get them right. So let's get started.
Question number 1, Matt Moy. Okay, let me get into it. Matt Moy. What 4 items do we see Frankie make, a.k.a. Pop in the Toaster, for you for breakfast?
First it's a Pop-Tart.
Uh-huh.
Then I believe it's an Eggo waffle.
Uh-huh. Good.
Then we got the French toast dippers.
Uh-huh. There's one more.
What's the 4th one?
It's during the karaoke scene.
During the karaoke scene, that was just when
It's a
eating
potato
singing.
item. Yeah. You're holding
Tater
a
tot?
potato item.
A baked potato?
I'll take it.
A potato tart?
Not a baked potato.
No, wait. Breakfast potato. Hash browns?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
There it is.
Ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding, ding,
it's
ding.
a hash brown. Oh
Nice.
my god.
You're so good.
That
So good,
Matt.
greasy hash brown. I forgot about that. Yeah. Now I remember.
Who can forget? Who would want to remember is the real question. Well, me. I eat those all the time.
They're good.
They're really good.
Little salt and a lot of ketchup. That's how I like it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You're just like my kids. That's why my kids are obsessed with you, Brock.
There we go.
You see them. All right, Matt. We got question number 2.
Yeah.
What song does Sue try to get Takayuki to sing on her karaoke machine?
Hannah Montana.
I'm going to do a little...
Don't go breaking my heart. Don't
Ding,
go
ding,
breaking
ding.
my heart.
2 for 2,
We're
Matt
the
Moy.
best of both worlds. It wasn't that. No.
That's the same song, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
That's the remix.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, we're taking just a tiny little detour away from middle trivia into Two Broke Girls trivia. How many episodes were there of Two Broke Girls?
138, and I was cut from one of them.
Wait, really?
Yeah, very early on. My accent was way too thick, and it wasn't hitting the jokes right because I made it too thick. And it's funny that the Asian people who requested that I have more of an accent when the show started, they were like, can you make it lighter because the jokes aren't landing now? And I was like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
But then also, I was not as good remembering my lines season 1 as season 6. So, meaning I was just very bad at remembering my jokes too.
Hold on.
I had
I'm
a lot
actually-
of problems.
Hold on. I'm confused. I'm confused. I want you to clarify what you just said. You're saying the Asian people who worked on the show.
I was a terrible actor. Okay, go. Sorry.
There we go. Moving on. Got it. Got our answer. Okay. Next. Wait. But
No. What
you're
did you
saying,
say?
the Asian people wanted your accent to be thicker, but other people were like, you need to lighten it up. What was
sorry.
happening? What?
There was only one Asian writer, and I think they had the Asian writer so they could talk to me about Asian things if anything Asian related ever came up. Joke-wise, material-wise, bonding-wise. So, I'm just kidding. But during one of the tapings, they made him come up to me, and it was Sonny Lee. He did Beef. He did, the show Beef. But Sonny's great.
Wow.
Sonny comes up to me, and he goes, Matt, your accent's too heavy right now. The jokes aren't landing because people can't understand you. You need to make it lighter for the audience. But
Wow.
what I loved about that was I didn't have to focus so hard on my Korean accent in Two Broke Girls because, I don't have one. And so I just kind of did whatever. I mean, this is so cavalier of me, but it's not. I just kind of did whatever I wanted with the accent because I was like, now I have more room to play and make it funny, which
Sure.
I did in later years. I would add other things to the accent, see if people noticed.
Which then probably gives you some flexibility from a comedic standpoint too.
Yeah. Like one season, I decided to add Craxton's voice sometimes, so where his voice just cracks in the middle of what he's saying. Or I think there was one time when I was watching a lot of Family Guy, and you can't help but do the voices, and Stewie would always go, "What?" So I just started adding the WH to Han. What?
I think that's almost never not funny to me. I will say Naomi Ekperigin, actually, her thing is white women.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It gets me every time. Okay, do I have the next question?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 more questions, Matt.
All right, here we go. I don't know how you're going to get this. I believe in you, though. How many times did you say the words no, yes, or okay in this episode?
Those short little lines, how many do you think you had?
8.
7.
Wow.
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 I'm gonna
Okay.
give it. I feel like we should give it
That,
to
that
him.
was a random guess. That was a random guess.
Okay, Matt, we have one final question, and the good news is there is no right or wrong answer. I need your first reaction, and it can't be The
Stresses me
Bachelor
out.
because we've already talked about it. What do
Okay.
you think Takayuki's favorite TV show was that he watched with the Hex?
I feel like the Hex chose something that had no English in it, so the whole time they're just watching these boring National Geographic videos. And then Takayuki's thinking, can we watch something more interesting, please?
Right. Thinking they're trying to do great
Yeah.
things for you, but
And the whole time it's just like insects humping because they don't know what else to do.
Okay, well, Matt, this was fantastic. This is all we have for you.
thank you for joining us.
Well, I had a great time.
Us
Thank you
too.
for having me. I feel like we just had lunch and we could keep talking for hours.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. You're making us laugh on our screens and also on our podcast. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Wow. He's so personable.
He is. He's such a fun guy.
Yeah.
What a fun guy. I
also forgot that I had met him. Now that he had said that, I was like, it's nice to meet you. But then, of course, now I remember those Craigslist monologues that Natalie Lander used to do was so funny. And it's all coming back to me. I met him there.
Yeah. Yeah. He just like, I don't want to say blends into the fabric of where you are, because that almost sounds like an insult. I mean, like, he's just so, you immediately feel at ease with him that you forget. It doesn't feel like a first time meeting. It just feels like, oh, I'm hanging out with a friend that I've known forever. So it's easy to forget that you actually like, there was a time where you met him once.
And he just like, I don't know, the way he's able to keep up with conversation and he makes me laugh. I love all the success he's had. And I hope all amazing good things for the rest of his career, whatever he does, whatever he wants to do, because he deserves it. My God, does he deserve it?
He does. I want to see him back on my TV screen.
Yes.
Stat. All right, Brock, should we get into our listener voicemail?
I would love that. We have one from Delaney.
Hi, Eden and Brock. My name is Delaney. I'm a huge fan of both of you and of the show and of the podcast. My question for you is, what reality competition show do you think each of the characters on the middle would be most likely to win? I'm talking Big Brother, Dancing with the Stars, Survivor, Traitors, etc. You can do main characters or like more niche side characters, whatever, but I thought that'd be a fun question. Love you guys, love the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing.
Delaney.
How fun is that question?
That's an amazing question.
Because not only does it tie in the middle, it ties in what we know we're very good at answering. And what we could talk ad nauseum about.
Thrilled. I am thrilled about this question, Delaney. You have made my week. Okay, and I have answers. I have thoughts.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I think Axel would be amazing on Big Brother.
Okay.
I think he would smash Big Brother because he would be a comp beast, and he's so social, he's so sociable, like he's so well liked.
Yep.
I think his social game would be on point, and yeah, he would win a bunch of comps. I think Sue would be incredible at Traitors.
Oh, okay.
She would be an amazing traitor because a little like she's just one of those, she'd be like a Gabby Windy, who actually wasn't a traitor, but like she'd be like that, where like no one would suspect Sue until the very end, and then she would just like, she'd whip out I don't know.
I think in order for Sue to win, though, she needs to be a faithful, because I think if she was a traitor, Sue would just internalize so much of that and she'd be so stressed. Or do you think she could do it?
I think she'd be an amazing traitor.
Wow. Okay. You did play her, so I'll trust your opinion.
I think because once she's in the game, like if she can separate, if she can be like, okay, this is a game, she'd get like really into it. But she wouldn't quite get it, because that's how I am with like poker, where I'm so unreadable because I actually don't fully understand the game.
Of poker. Wait, can you just show me your bluffing face? So when you're picking up, it's Texas Hold'em. You look at your two cards. You actually have a really bad pair of two cards. Show me a face that you're trying to make people believe you have a really good pair of cards.
Okay.
Okay, so that was if you were doing it on the broadest multicam ever. Now do
But
it.
wait. I
Okay.
think a follow-up question is, show me your face if you have a pair of aces. Or no, if you have a full house.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. Which is why I'm incredible at poker. Because I have no poker face no matter what my cards are. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. What is this?
Oh, okay. I think Mike Heck would be good at, I don't know if the show exists anymore, but it was on CBS called Tough as Nails, hosted by Phil Kogan, who hosts The Amazing Race. It's just like man things. I think he would be good at that.
100%. Don't you think also that, I almost said Patty, but because maybe Patty also, but I think Frankie, no, specifically Frankie. Don't you think Frankie would be so good at Survivor?
Yeah.
There's always the mom. There's always that like mom
sure.
who like who weirdly makes it to the end because she actually is super tough and she has a mom social game and like nobody, she's just gonna underestimate her, but she actually was like, she'd like run the show.
I actually think Frankie would be great on Worst Cooks in America.
What the hell is that?
That's on Food. That's on Food Network. Sometimes it's celebrities and sometimes it's normal people, but they get people who don't know how to cook, and it's a cooking competition.
Oh, I'd be good at that. Can I do it?
Yeah, let's get you on. They do a celebrity version.
Oh, I would do that in 1 second. I didn't know that existed. I want Eden Sher to be on. Was it Worst Cooks in America?
Yeah, let's get it. It's on the Food Network.
Oh my God, Nick would lose his mind. He'd be like, finally, some recognition. What I have to live with.
And then for Brick, the show, they did a reboot of it recently on Netflix. The Mole.
The Mole. I knew you were going to. Yes. Great.
He'd be
As soon as you said they
great
did
at
it.
that.
Yes, he would. 100%.
He would be so good.
100.
Either, I don't think as the Mole, but he would, I think he'd figured out in the first episode of who the Mole was.
Yeah.
And now for Brad, I can't think of an immediate one right off the bat, maybe a dance thing, but I would say, you know what I bet Brad is really good at? Any and all board games. He feels like he would slay at every single kind of board game.
Brock, are you a board game person?
I might dabble. I might go to a board game night here and there with some friends.
Okay,
maybe some Q's and Q's. I don't know.
You know Nick and I are huge game people.
Oh, this closet right back there filled with games.
Oh, okay. So you're not a wait. What?
Okay, so things that I love: 25 Words or Less, starring Meredith Vieira.
Okay.
We have the board game edition. I also like it's called Person, Place, or Thing. It's hosted by Melissa Peterman of Reba fame.
Of course, Melissa Peterman just started following me on Instagram.
Stop.
Yeah, I followed her back.
I adore her. I think it's because
of
so
Jonathan
freaking
Bennett.
funny. Oh, sure. I think she is so freaking funny.
She's so funny. I loved Reba back in the day.
Oh, it's a great show. And I just actually watched a few episodes of it not too long ago. It still holds up after all these years. Funny,
Wow, good for it.
funny. Eden, we gotta go.
We gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of here. So if you have questions about the middle or about reality game shows like Delaney, send us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/middlingpod, or if you want to make it a little easier, head to the link in our bio on Instagram. And if you're going to Instagram, you might as well give us a follow. Don't just go to our page and then not follow.
We got some fun stuff. Talk about exclu.
Yeah.
We got. I don't post that stuff. That stuff goes straight to Middling Pod. Where there's some great, all the clips. You should follow us. We're great.
We're great. Okay, so next week, heads up, fam, and I don't want to hear about it in the comments because I can already picture Eden. We're skipping episode 206. Not forever, but for a couple months, because get this, we have confirmed she's, if you don't know the name, you absolutely know the work. Jamie Babbitt, who's the director of episode 206 Halloween. She is busy. She is working. She's in New York. She's doing Only Murders in the Building. Hello. She did season 2 of Shrinking. Hello. And she's like, I have this window available in the first week of May to record. And we said, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So
we're pushing it. We're floating it. We're floating the episode until then.
That's perfect. We are floating 206 to a later time. So be on the lookout. We'll be picking up with 207 next week, A Birthday Story.
Yep. And as always, our Patreon, patreon.com/middlingpod. You will find extended episodes, video episodes, and we had a fantastic time with our wonderful guest, Casey Burke, and that is an exclusive for our Ehlert tier. If you are wanting to watch that episode, go.
Yes. Go.
Give it a click, give it a sign up. It's worth it. We got some really fun stuff.
All right, sweetie. I adore you. I love you. And I can't wait to do it again.
I love you so much. On off mic, I can't wait to ask you about all your games. Are we a party gamer? Are we a Catan? Like, we're gonna talk about all. I know you said your shows. We will talk about it.
Okay.
I love you so much, Brog.
Love you so much. Bye, honey.